Hi everyone, this is Miss Faina, and today I'm going to be going over test number 3 review. So we're going to start with question 1. Which expression is equivalent to 8a plus 7b minus 6b plus 8, or plus a, sorry. Okay, remember equivalent just means something that is the same equal to. So we're going to combine our like terms. So I have an 8a and an a. So 8a plus 1a is 9a. And then 7b minus 6b is a positive b. So 9a plus b, which would be answer choice D. Okay, looking at number 2, it says simplify the expression. So we have some distributing we need to do. So this first part, this 6y, there's nothing that needs to be distributed, so I'm going to bring it down. Okay, now this next part right here, I need to distribute that 2 to the stuff inside the parentheses. So I have 2 times x, which is 2x, 2 times 4, positive 8. Okay, then I move on to the next piece, which is this right here that needs some distributing. Okay, so I'm going to do 3 times x, which is a positive 3x, 3 times a negative 5, which is a negative 15, and then I have this negative 2y on the end that is not being distributed to anything. Okay, so from here we can combine our like terms. I have a 6y, a negative 2y. So 6y minus 2y is 4y. Okay, I have a 2x and a 3x. 2x plus 3x is a positive 5x. Then I have a 8 and a negative 15. 8 minus 15 is a negative 7. So that would be my final answer. Now just know you may see it where the 5x is written first if it's a multiple choice answer. Okay, but no, either one of these is accepted if it's a free response because they are exactly the same. Okay, so either one works. Okay, number 3, simplify the expression. So again, we're just going to combine like terms and clean it up, condense it down. So I have 5r and a negative 2r. That gives me 3r. 6 plus 1, positive 7. So make sure you type it in the box on Class Kick. Okay, looking at number 4, we have some decimals and fractions. Remember, you can use your calculator. So we're going to distribute this first one right here, this 0.4, to the stuff inside the parentheses next to it. So 0.4 times 5x. If you need to use your calculator, you go to the calculator, you do 0.4 times 5. Remember, you cannot type in variables into the calculator to get an answer. Okay, so when you do 0.4 times 5, you get 2. So we go back. 0.5 times 5x would just be a 2x. Now I'm going to do 0.4 times a negative 25. So I go back to my calculator. I'm going to do 0.4 times a negative 25. I get a negative 10. So I go back. I'm going to write negative 10. Next, we're going to distribute this 1/2 to the stuff in the parentheses. So I have a negative 1/2 times 16x. So we go to our calculator. A negative 1/2 times 16. We get a negative 8. And then we have the x with it. And then a negative 1/2 times a negative 4. Remember, 2 negatives make a positive, so our answer should end up positive, but we can use the calculator to make sure. So a negative 1/2 times a negative 4, we get a positive 2. From here, we need to combine our like terms. So we have a 2x, a negative 8x, so 2x minus 8x. Again, you can use a calculator for that too, okay, but that is a negative 6x. Then I have negative 10 plus 2, that is a negative 8. So I'm looking for negative 6x minus 8, which is letter A. Okay, going on to number 5, another simplifying. So we're going to break it down piece by piece. So this first part is what we're going to distribute to first. Again, you can only distribute the 5 to stuff in the parentheses directly next to it. So I have 5 times 2y, that gives me 10y. 5 times a negative 3, that gives me a negative 15. Okay. Moving on to the next part, I have this negative 10 times 5y minus 4. So negative 10 times 5y is negative 50y. Negative 10 times negative 4 is a positive 40. Okay, now we go to our next one. The 2, the positive 2, distributing it to the 3, or the y plus 3. So 2 times y is a positive 2y. 2 times 3 is a positive 6. From here, we combine our like terms. So I have a 10y, a negative 50y, and a 2y. So 10 minus 50 plus 2. 10 minus 50 plus 2. So I can go to the calculator. 10 minus 50 plus 2. I get a negative 38. So I have a negative 38y. And then I'm going to add negative 15 plus 40 plus 6. Negative 15 plus 40 plus 6. So I type that in, negative 50 plus 40 plus 6. I hit enter. I get 31. So plus 31. And that would be my final answer. And you would write yours or type yours in the box provided. Okay. Number 6 says, which of the following represents the perimeter of the triangle? Remember, perimeter means when we add up all the sides. Okay, so we're going to take this 7m. We're going to add it to this 27 minus 2m. And we're going to add it the 4m minus 5. Okay, so we're going to add all of this up. So since we have plus signs in the middle, okay, that means we don't have to worry about distributing. Okay, so I have a 7m, a negative 2m, and a 4m. Well, 7m minus 2 is 5m. 5m plus 4m is 9m. Then I have 27 minus 5. 27 minus 5 is a positive 22. So I'm looking, sorry, didn't write out correctly, 22. So I'm looking for that as an answer choice, 9m plus 22, answer choice C. Okay, now we're going back to some stuff we did the first 3 weeks. So which of the following is a correct description of the parent equation for this graph? Well, first off, you need to know this is a straight line. Okay, that means it's linear. So this is linear. We only have one option for a linear. So answer choice A would go with a linear graph. Answer choice B would go with a quadratic graph. Oh, I spelled quadratic wrong. Ooh, Miss Faina can't spell today. There we go. And letter C would go with an exponential graph. Okay, so we want it to be linear, so it's answer choice A. Now, oftentimes we get confused and we pick one that looks like standard form. That is not the parent equation. The parent equation is y equals x. So we have to be careful with that. Okay, there's an 8a and an 8b. Okay, so on 8a it says what is the y-intercept for the graph? Well, here's the y-axis and it's crossing right here. So what we need to know, it's between 8 and 2. So you have to know what number is between 8 and 2. Well, we know 20 is not. Okay, now you have to remember how to properly write the y-intercept. So remember, x comma 0, 0 comma y. Now you have your intercept guy. We want a y-intercept. So it should be in the form of 0 comma a number. There is a y-intercept, so D goes away. Okay, so this is where you have to know the difference between an x-intercept and a y-intercept. We want a y-intercept, so we want answer choice C. Okay, 10 comma 0 would be somewhere about right here. Okay, our line doesn't even go through that x. So that is not a point on our graph, and it's definitely not the y-intercept. Okay, now B is saying what is the 0 of this graph? Remember, 0. Another word for 0 is x-intercept. X-intercept. We want to know where does it cross the x-axis? Well, it's crossing right there. Okay, because it's an x-intercept, we want to write it properly, where the x goes first, comma 0. So it's crossing through 20, comma 0. Just like that. Okay, moving on. Given the function f of x equals 6 minus 11, 6 minus x plus 11. What is f of 3? So this is function notation. Right now, it's f of 3. Remember, originally, it's f of x. So we're going to substitute in 3 for x. We're going to plug in 3 for x. So I have 6 minus, and instead of x, I'm replacing it with the number 3, plus 11. Well, order of operations tell me I do stuff inside the parentheses first. So 3 plus 11 is 14. Well, 6 minus 14 is a negative 8. So f of 3 equals negative 8. Number 10, it's going to make us use our brain a little bit. It says use the coordinate plane to draw a graph using the following criteria. Increasing exponential function with a y-intercept of negative 2 and an x-intercept of 4. So we know it has to go through the y-axis at negative 2, so put a point there. We know it has to go through the x-axis at positive 4, like that. Okay, now we need to know what an increasing exponential function looks like. So increasing means it's going up from left to right. Okay, and exponential kind of looks like the water slide ones. Okay, or the ones that look like you're going uphill on a roller coaster since it's increasing. So think of going uphill on a roller coaster, okay, as you're going up the big tall drop. So it's going to look something like this. So it's like your roller coaster, and then it starts going up, and then it just goes up and up and up. Okay, we put arrows on both sides because it's continuous on both sides. So that would be something what it looks like. It's increasing, it's exponential, it has the y-intercept at negative 2 and the x-intercept at 4. So that's it for the review. Make sure you work on it, and if you have questions, you ask so you can get clarification. Have a great day, Rangers.